Yeah, I'm a.
Yeah, so
Okay.
so check the
Turn that down.
you can hear it. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, brother. Okay, we're good. All right, Shalom, Shalom. We are the brothers of the Great Millstone. All right, the branch here in Chicago. And first and foremost, we want to give all praises, all honor and glory unto Yahweh.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash.
Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. The 144,000 and the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth among the heathen that look like those heathen. And to the few Akwaf that are listening and learning to you, we say Shalom.
Shalom.
And we're going to go right into this lesson. This is a response to the elder apostle Tahar's video. What was the name of it again? The first sign.
Right, the first
Losing your woman is the first sign of your downfall. All right, losing your
Downfall
woman
of the kingdom,
to your enemies of the fall of your kingdom, or something to that effect.
Right.
And we lost our women out the gate. You know, Northern Kingdom women were running to Cristobal Colon. You people know him as Christopher Columbus. All right, they were running to his men when they were wearing all that shiny armor with gold and stuff. They were running to him. All right, the Southern Kingdom were coming off the ships pregnant. All right, and of course, you know, often they were getting raped, but a lot of them offered themselves for comfort. All right.
Well, one thing that men say a lot, and elders say a lot, is women go after who is in power.
This is true.
So if you got power, you know, they took the whole men down, they started putting this all in change, and they was like, well, shit. Well, this is what's about. I don't want to let me go ahead and gravitate to him, so I'll be all right.
Yeah. It's a natural it's a natural thing to do, which is what's making this thing. This is so spiritual that somebody find an article that's in that the apostle read in the lesson. Go find that article about the 87% of white women. But the fact that these women are gravitating toward Jake, and the truth be said, man, they've been doing that they've been doing it all along. But it's been out in the open literally since the 80s. Especially if you were like, you know, Western California or East in you know, in Florida, places like that. All right. You know, Chicago is still a little bit more reserved, in you know, unless you lived up north on the north side.
But you go right up to Milwaukee, that's what y'all talking about. Niggas from Chicago go up there and get a white woman. That's the whole thing about Milwaukee and shit like that.
Oh, well, Wisconsin in general.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or Michigan, you can say that too. Grand Rapids. Hey, I lived there, and trust me, the matter of fact, Capital, where you at? Tell them about Michigan, all right?
Oh man, it's a paradise, man. It's where you want to be, man. Especially like these small town, suburban Edomite neighborhoods, man. Jake, you can do pretty well down there, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and I'm not talking about trailer trash, fucking 300 pounds. I'm talking about career white women, all right, that are appealing to the eye, you know.
Mm-hmm. And I lived in Mount Pleasant.
The ones where some of the sisters get angry when they see you.
Absolutely.
But it's typically the sisters who didn't want you in the first place.
But I tell brothers testimony when I was 16 years old. I'm walking down with my little so-called white girlfriend, blonde hair, blue eyes, in Hyde Park on 51st, right off Kimbart. And 3 nigger women saw me walking down the street with her, and she was like an alderman's daughter or some shit. I didn't even know they even care. I didn't even know what an alderman was. And walking down the street with her, and they've stopped me and said, "Excuse me, can I talk to you for a minute?" I'm like, "Hold on, baby." And I went about 5-10 feet to the side to go talk to them. And they said, "Why are you with the white girl?" I said, "Oh, so you want to date me?" They said, "No." I said, "That's why I'm with the white girl." And I turned around and went back with my girl. Yeah.
There it is.
Stupid fuck. I'm not good enough for you, but you don't want me to have a so-called fucking white woman.
Be happy, y'all.
All right?
Misery loves company.
Okay, con. And it's real quick. Somebody get that Job 27 and 15.
27 and 15.
Yeah.
Got it.
There is like a woman the nigga on base don't want there's like man to be happy at all, man. Her job is to be Esau Pitbull to make your life as miserable as fucking possible. Shit, bro. You know, that's a little thing.
Passport Brothers, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what created this shit.
All right. So he's his Esau's pit bull and shit to do his bidding and stuff.
Right, and we're not talking about those few sisters that's trying to listen and learn
That's right.
and trying to get in order. You know, they're not who we're talking about.
That's right.
You know, when he says a nigga woman, he's not just talking about so-called black woman. He's talking about you lame ass, you know, sinful ass Northern Kingdom sisters
As
too.
well too.
All right, because you know, I used to bounce in the Latin clubs a lot, man, and they're very adulterous, man. All right.
The scripture says she's Salah.
Yeah. Matter of fact, go ahead and get that.
You want this?
Well, hold that to God. Hold that scripture. Bring out the scripture.
This is Job 27:15. Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep.
And his widows shall not weep, man. So, and I mean, you see examples of it all day, every day, man. Because you'll see the grimy Negroes with the baddest Edomite bras, and these same Negroes can't get with their own women. Real talk. I mean, I've seen it.
That's right.
Over and over again, man. All right? But go ahead, if you would, brother, read some of that article.
Studies show, this is from Girls Ask Guys. Studies shows 87% of white women want to or fantasize of sleeping with black men. Anyone surprised? And before I start reading the article, the spirit just brought me. Remember the clip with the girl who went to the dentist, got doped up, and then her mom was poked.
Find that clip.
that
clip went viral, man.
Yeah. Somebody can find that clip.
Somebody find it. Find that clip.
and it was just like,
I'm choking.
I'm choking. Yeah, y'all. This is I'm gonna let the rest of the clip come out when the brothers find it. This is Rutgers University in New Rochelle, New Jersey, has concluded that approximately 87% of American white women have had.
Now think about that. 87%. That means it doesn't matter if they're red or blue. All right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that means educated, uneducated. Mm-hmm. This is what they want. All right, this is what they desire.
See, Jake, not just Jake and our Lawrence and how blessed we are versus some other nations, but Jake got a spirit with him. When we love, we love. When we kiss, we kiss. When we roll, we roll. When we dance, we dance. We have a whole different spirit. We have the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai on us. No one on the planet has that infectious laugh, that infectious love, that swag, or whatever you want to call it. Jake has that salt,
that flavor,
and trust me, women want to be flavored when they get down in that region. All right, and so they getting sick and tired of this little flavorous people who ain't got no salt. A lot of times the white women get with the white man just because it's financially more sound.
That's what the study showed.
Oh, damn! How did I guess the spirit? Let me read on down. Rutgers University, New Rochelle, New Jersey, has concluded that approximately 80% of American white women have had or fantasized about having sexual relations with African American males. The study was conducted by Sexual Sociological Endowment in the Cultural Histology Department at Rutgers University. The study reveals that a whopping 87% of white women dream of having sex with a black man, and in some cases already have. Interestingly enough, the same study says only 13% of white women said that they would marry and raise a family with a black man. Of the 800 involved in the study, 8% said they have actually dreamed of having a threesome with black men. The fact that there is
not just one, but two.
The fact that there is
greedy. Well, these bras is greedy.
Want to raise the roof.
That's right. The fact that there is such a huge disparity between the number of white women who want to have sex with black men versus those who have married black men shows that many still have stereotypical view of black men. black men are seen as sexual masters in the bedroom, but almost complete absent from the corporate boardroom.
And let's pause it right there. All right, pause. The reason that they're absent from the corporate room is because it was done that with the so-called white man made sure that would happen. It's not because they're not capable. It's not because they don't have the skill sets that they don't have the intelligence to do so. Their development was arrested, while the black woman development was not arrested.
That's right.
She gets the loans. She gets all the different social benefits, and the black so-called black men don't get them. All right, and that's done on purpose. All right,
Yeah,
you got
this black woman as dumb as a fucking bag of rocks. They get out of state scholarships. Out of state scholarships.
that being the point.
Make you
What?
point.
Yeah,
And it's funny you say that because I was on one of the dating apps some time ago, and a Jamaican bitch who was born and raised in Jamaica got her stuff, came over here, and now she's not even an RN, she's like over RN. She's like one of them whatever in nurses, whatever. And I was telling her, I'm like, well, and she made a comment like, I don't know why black people, be so bullshit over here when there's all these opportunities and blah, blah, blah. I said, you don't know what you're talking about. I said, the opportunities they gave you is not the same opportunities that they gave here. I said, there's redlining, there's this and that, and nothing I said, she kept battling to the point where she even never called me back, which is like good riddance. Because fuck you, I'm telling you, it's not the same.
yeah.
See, they, and first of all, I don't even think I even went to the whole woman thing. I was speaking just on foreign. You can be a so-called Israelite foreigner coming over here to America. You will be put over Israelite side already over here.
Facts.
All right, and she couldn't understand it. She didn't.
Look
didn't
what
want
they just
to.
did with the migrants.
Come on.
All right,
Come on.
If that's not proof in the pudding of what we're saying to be true, I don't know what is. All right.
It's I got a precept of mentioning that migrant thing briefly. I seen it. It's like an Instagram. It's a Latino Instagram, and they're complaining about the migrants.
Wow.
Because the migrants are at City
Wow.
Hall or whatever, they protesting. The
Yes.
signs are like, give us paid job training, give us this. Like they demanding this. Like these Mexicans is up here that's putting their time and hours up here already and shit. These Latinos, not these Mexicans. They blue. Like how you up here demanding some shit?
That's right.
Give us paid job training. Give us this. Give us. They like what the fuck?
Right.
You promised us a safekeeping and all this shit. So they mad. There's one division.
And that goes to show you that it was a plan to bring them here to help spur that division.
Yeah.
The same way the elevation of the black woman over the so-called black man
Was done.
pretty much destroyed the black community, offset the balance in between men and women, and look at where we are now.
And that was designed
Broken
by,
families and broken people.
and that was designed in the Willie Lynch letters to put the woman over the man,
It's-
to
of
put the
course.
light against the dark, the tall against the small, the curly hair against the kinky hair, or the straighter hair, but vice versa. Esau did that intentionally.
Yeah, well, they got the scriptures for the playbook. What it says in Sirach. For the good are good things, and to the evil are evil things. Meaning, can somebody please grab that? I just quoted that terribly, and I got a precept to follow that. You can take the blood of grape if you want on first. You got it? Okay.
Go ahead.
Sirach 39:27. All these things are for good to the
Start up at the flour, wheat,
Okay.
and all that.
It says Sirach 39. 25. For the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. The principal things for the whole use of a man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil, and clothing.
And all these things can relate it spiritually. All right? From the clothing, being the garments, to the grape, the scripture called wine, oil, etc. Right? So here.
All these things are for good to the godly. So to the sinners, they are turned into evil.
So Esau has figured out how to use the scriptures even for evil use as a weapon.
He's weaponized everything.
Yeah, that's that Psalms 64 and like verse 5. All right, he did a diligent search. He searched out iniquities. So Esau knows how to get you to go off. He knows what makes you tick, etc. He knows that division, all right, will destroy a nation. He knows a kingdom divided should not stand. So
Exactly.
what did they do? They made sure they put Jeremiah 31 and 22. You read it.
This
Hold on, bro. Let me spin. No, you go ahead, brother. Read it.
This Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man.
Right. So a woman compassing a man, that was a new thing created in the earth to speed up the destruction of us. The problem is that now it's what it's done is it's backfired because it's destroying Esau too. See, and what has happened is now that what has happened is that Esau has given these women liberty and power and education and a false sense of security to the point to where they don't need him anymore. They got their own degrees, they got their own condos, they got their own money. So now they can go after their own desires. That's why you have these movie stars, these old women, in their 60s and 70s, getting piped from these 30-year-old, 20-year-old black guys. I mean, look at the Kardashians' mom, Madonna, right now, Cher.
Yep.
And so many others, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Look, you think
a lot of people don't know Nicole Kidman when was getting stroked out by Q-Tip. No, by Q-Tip. When Vibrant Thing dropped, she was right after she divorced. She divorced Tom Cruise and she went to the dark side. She was getting that Vibrant thing. All right.
Give that Q-tip. Breathe and stop.
Hey, Tip was bad, man. He was giving her that tip too. But yeah, and it's not a good look because now his women they don't need him anymore. And it's a bad look. It's a really bad look, man. When you lose control over your women, because it don't bother me, especially understanding what knowing what we know. When I see our women with their men, because right, that means that's another one of our men who's actually probably happy now.
Yes, it, man. Yeah, y'all both. Yeah, shit. Yeah, y'all both the devil anyway, so y'all belong together anyway. The so-called black woman and the Edomite man, you're both the devil. Be together, man.
Right.
Stay the hell away from us.
Right.
But you know what? There was that union since the beginning.
Yep.
That was Eve and the serpent. The serpent was not a serpent; it was a man, and that was the spirit of Esau. Edom. That spirit of that snake or that serpent was the spirit was a man, and that was Esau Edom. He's the serpent seed, right?
I was gonna say
I got
the curses say Deuteronomy 30:7.
I'm right here.
Oh, bring it out, brother.
This is Deuteronomy 30:7. And Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
Hey, Eve is a curse.
Yeah.
So Esau, you can have it. These curse, you can have that curse. You can have that man.
And now he don't want it. He don't want it now. That's just it.
He created a monster.
Because you see very few. I mean, every now and then you see it, but the average Edomite man, he doesn't want her. That's why he's trying to run to Moab and to Elam, and these other women. But the point is now is that at this stage, even Ammon and Moab and Elam and the other women, they want that Jake experience too. Yeah. They may not. Hey, I had one of my clients tell me that you marry Jewish guys, but you fuck black guys.
That was what the article.
And that was her doctrine. That's what she did.
Shit, that's great.
She got rich that way. She married 3 rich white males, 2 of them was Jewish, and she divorced all 3 of them. And she took half their shit. And now she rich on her own. And now she getting all the dark pipes she wants.
Can I read the last sentence on the article?
Them clouds bought the fucking cow, Murph drunk the milk.
This is this is the last sentence.
That's pretty much what happened
In the article, it says, so when it comes to sex, most white women would prefer a black man, but they look toward their own white man when they are looking for a provider. So like you always told years ago, they marry white, they fuck black. That's what they do. And now that Esau has set up the legal system against you, marriage laws are against you. Now Esau
It's against the male. So a lot of these white males, especially in the average white male, every nation has its mighty men, and that's some mighty Edomites out there. But collectively, they're not. The average Edomite is really wimpy. All right, and their women really don't, gravitate toward them.
And that's another thing. Like me and the brother could talk a lot. Some real accomplished niggas on the blade. But nevertheless, we talk about this all the time. The average heathen, we just don't go to heathens. Like the average heathen male is fucking weak and ugly. The average black man looks better than the average heathen. But on the flip side of that, the average non-black woman looks way better than the black woman. Hair fit, shut the fuck up, ain't gonna give you all the money they did to gave them. So it's just meant to be. The average non-black woman looks way better than the so-called good-looking black woman.
Yeah, you know what?
And it goes the same with the men. It's made for, look, this is our turn. This is our turn.
And the scriptures even said that, and because it's
Shit,
the
I'm about to represent tonight.
truth of the matter is that the Lord did curse them, and they took a lot of their beauty away. Because collectively they don't look like
They're fucking
they
ugly.
used to. Because I can give testament to that, because I'm, me and Pop's two oldest guys in the room, man, and we could tell you what, I was a little kid, but I remember what women looked like. What black women look like in the 70s and in the 80s, man.
Glorious.
All right.
Black woman ugly, man.
And they don't look like that today collectively.
No, the ball.
Collectively, they don't look like
Hey,
that.
most of the edges
So-
run right back here.
So the curses are true.
You tell my mama that.
I got scripture back.
The edges run back here. Over 50% of so-called black women, especially over 25 years old, are fat.
I got
Right?
Over 25. Hold on, brother. Hey, the scripture said rebuke not the elders, but I'm really better than Lady Sword. 25? Nigga, we talking about 17.
I got scripture.
Drinking flaming hot.
I got a scripture. This is Isaiah 3:24. This is Isaiah 3:24. And it shall come
I was
to
about to ask for it. But go ahead.
and it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be a stink, instead of a girdle, a rent, and instead of well set hair baldness, and instead of a stomach, a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty.
And that goes to everything Elder Wright just said. That's why you don't have no edges. They got edge control. They ain't got that beauty no more. That's why they are essentially these black women walking around looking like trainers. They got, they got their makeup on. All right, then they got extra testosterone, so they got broad shoulders. And they got
They got no waist,
Right.
no. They got their shoulders are broader than their hips, than their ass.
Yep.
They,
Flat.
5 foot tall, 5 foot wide, looking like little linebackers.
Skin hard as fuck.
Right.
Skin hard, voice deep.
Don't know
And
how to cook.
smoking. They lost
Younger
their
man.
butts. Becky's got the butts these days. It's getting BBL.
Yeah, what the hell?
That's
Some of them got them naturally.
Yeah, that's what
So
I'm
it's
saying.
like the Lord
They all
reversed
in the gym. That's what I'm saying. The nigga woman got the BBLs, and Becky got. Hey, look, especially the volleyball players, man. Them bitches, they all. It's like
softball.
Oh
players.
yeah, they got the buns.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, the average white woman that doesn't do shit looks better than the black bitch who you well, not me. I'm speaking an example that the average trick could go to the strip club and deal with. The average, listen, the black woman is fucking ugly. And like the elder Malcolm and Pop's talking about how black women looked in their day, look, I don't give a fuck if you key up some shit from 1901. The white woman always looks better than the black
Well,
woman.
that's debatable. But nevertheless, that's debatable.
Hey, look, the bitch skin black. We done right there.
See, but one thing about war, one thing when you subjugate another nation, which is even in the scriptures, one of the things that usually happens when you subjugate a nation is the subjugation of the women. This is Numbers, the 31st chapter and 14. And Moses was wroth with the officers of the host and the captains over thousands and captains over hundreds, which came from the battle. And Moses said unto them, have you saved all the women alive? Behold, these caused the children of Israel through the counsel of Balaam to commit trespass against the Lord in the matter of Peor. And there is a plague among the congregation of the Lord. Now therefore kill every male among the little ones, and kill every woman that hath known a man by lying with him. But all the women children that have not known a man by lying with them, keep alive for yourselves.
Yeah.
So one of the things when you go to war, unless the Lord specifically said, because sometimes the Lord said kill everybody, the dog, the cat, the rat, everybody, the woman, child, the whole nine. But then a lot of times the Lord would say, go kill the men, kill the woman who's laying with the man. But if it was a woman who didn't have a woman, take her and keep it to yourself. That's called the booty.
Get the law on it and Deuteronomy. Bob Scott, bring it out, brother. Just to back up what the elder was saying, man.
Deuteronomy chapter 20, 13 and 14. And when the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, thy power, have delivered it into thy hands,
The it meaning the other nations.
Come on.
All right, go ahead.
thou shalt smite every male thereof with the edge of the sword.
Right? But he go ahead.
Right. But the women and the little ones and the cattle and all is in the city, even all the spoil thereof, shall thou take unto thyself.
So that's where you get the word booty from.
That's right.
All right. You know how the pirates would talk, they want the booty, and women were actually part of the booty. That's how the ass got its name. The woman's rear parts. All right, she became. That's how the word it got its booty, because that was one of the best parts of the spoils.
That's it.
You got the gold, you got the silver, and you got your enemy's woman.
Yeah.
So you got that booty.
That's
All right, go ahead.
And thou shalt eat the spoil of thy enemies, which the Lord Yahweh Shema Messiah
So-
power have given thee.
So the spoil of thy enemies. All right, meaning what? You do their cows, their goats, their sheep. All right, you know their daughters.
That's it.
You know, and now that he's dead, his wife is available.
That's it.
Okay, and if she's still young enough to bear seed and attractive, you know, it is what it is. And that's what the scripture said, and she's not even gonna weep for him.
That's it.
All right,
Because that's what you wanted the whole time.
but she was like, "Damn, what took you so long?"
Exactly.
Come on, man.
I
Look
get
at, look at the fucking Ishmaelite. No, like I be in the spot. Look at it. Look at the Ishmaelite man. Look at a Moabite man. These bitches be tormented looking at these ugly niggas. These niggas are fucking. Don't you see me, man?
Hey,
These bitches be tormented with these ugly motherfuckers, man.
it was a video.
It's our turn, man.
It was a video that came out with the Arab woman, and it was a couple of them in a group, and they said they want to be with the black man.
Those were Edomites.
Elamites.
They were Elamites.
It was the Elamites. And
Even worse. Even
so
ugly.
they was like they caught saying that black man look better. They look better. She like they like, and they just right there saying it in front of their man.
In front of their fucking
In front of
faces.
their-
Yeah, man, hey, I had to rebuke this over here wearing hard out the other day, talking about you all black. Look, bitch, I look like the Lord.
Yeah, the
A
Lord,
dark skinned man.
the Lord, you know, is described as a very dark-skinned man.
And that always been the
All right.
standard of beauty.
Right.
Songs of Solomon 1 and 5, man. And that always been the fucking standard of beauty, bitch.
That's right.
I got a scripture.
Well,
Not
out
here.
of all,
Bring it out, brother.
all of the people on the planet, 99% of the people, out of all the races, I should say, out of all the nations, there's only one nation that is actually reddish to whitish skin.
Yeah.
Everybody else has.
Everybody else is swarthy and tawny.
Come on, God.
All right.
This
That's what you call what people ignorantly call black, which is really dark brown. All right.
That's right, brother.
Oh, you know, and then light skin or medium brown people are called tawny.
God, that's always been the saying, yo, tall, dark, and handsome.
Right, exactly.
It's
exactly.
always been the
Always been
standard.
the
It's
same.
the standard of male beauty,
They
man.
even said that in Hollywood years ago.
Nigga,
Right,
I
and
just
you
said it
can't
right
make
now.
and you can't make Nicolas Cage tall, dark, and handsome.
No.
Right,
Right.
right,
I don't care how much of a tan he get.
right.
All right.
Nigga, go get
Even
ready.
a young Nicolas Cage that was in shape. All right.
Listen,
You can't make him tall, dark, and handsome.
Right.
That doesn't. Rock Hudson, he turned out to be. He died of AIDS.
Yep.
He a mo.
All right.
Mo.
He a mo.
This is Matthew 5. This is Matthew 5:13. This is Matthew 5:13. Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men. Ye are the light of the world. We are the light of the world.
Right.
Okay, pulling this truth, putting it in this man's face in his kingdom. Like you said, 50 years ago, 50 years ago, you'll get lynched for this.
Yeah, 50
But
years
now-
ago, 60 years ago, you'd have been lynched for doing what we do.
Hey, you
For
get
going out on the highways and byways and teaching the truth in the Bible, man. Speaking about, I mean, and evidence of it is look what they did with Nat Turner.
To be truthful.
Nat Turner read the
Yeah.
Bible, and next thing you know, there was slave rebellions and revolutions.
And
All right.
back 50, 67 years ago, you whistled at a goddamn a white woman, you get lynched.
Look at him, too.
Yeah.
And there was a whole lot of, and don't get it wrong, man. There was a whole lot of Edomite women, so-called white women, getting stroked out by Jake, but it was all in secret.
That's right.
And now it's out in the open, man.
Right.
Well, let's go back to the slave plantation. Well, how many slave plantation so-called white women was up there taking these buck niggas and fucking them?
Well,
and then
there's all sorts of videos on YouTube about it.
Come on, brother.
So anyone wants to debate it, there's all sorts of videos with people showing the receipts of how that was happening.
That's all
Right.
through
Right.
all southern, northern slavery.
There's probably at least 100 videos or more on that subject matter. What you just said.
I mean,
Of white slave owners forcing their Negro slaves to please them and have sex with them.
well, like you said, you brought this out quite a few years ago that Esau had to write laws into
In
existence to make
in the 1600s.
to make their women
Miscegenation laws.
to make their women stay with them.
Yeah, because the truth of the matter is, that was in the 1600s, right before they proclaimed themselves white, before they labeled themselves white. They wrote those laws into place because the white women that were coming over, they weren't called white, but they'll say the women were coming over from England, from Germany,
Right.
from Scotland, from Czechoslovakia, wherever they were coming from. When they were coming over here, the records show that in Virginia they were instantly getting with the native and the Negro man. That's on record because in 1681, the so-called white man labeled himself that. He self-proclaimed himself as white. It was the first time in law. You can go look it up. Where there was a race of people or a portion of mankind that was referred to as white. And in 1682, the very next year, they took the so-called African slave and the so-called Native American, and they created the term Negroes. They were labeled the same people. In 1682 in Virginia, all of a sudden you had this Negro thing, and the Negroes, because as a matter of fact, one of those famous signs that they use when it says Negro for sales, and then it talks about the smallpox, they're smallpox free.
Right.
The slaves that were coming from the west coast of Africa, the Israelites, the Israelite refugees who were snatched out of West Africa and brought here to America to serve slavery, because that's exactly what happened for anyone who doesn't know. They weren't exposed to smallpox. The natives in America were exposed to smallpox. So those images of those dark people on that sign, those weren't even Negroes. Well, they weren't even so-called what you call black people today. Those were natives. So they used native signs to sell so-called African slaves. They were the same people. All right? Same people, different tribes who met back up in Jeremiah 50 and 33, who met back up in oppression. All right? They were oppressed together.
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 33.
That sign right there that he's putting up to his on the screen there. Let me see. That sign, there's those images are images of Native Americans. All right? Those aren't even Negroes that are on that sign. And that was a very famous slave sign. Okay? That's from a book. All right? And they have artifacts of those in a museum. And those are Native Americans. They're not even Negroes. All right? Matter of fact, I'm going to send them to you. I have those. Well, go ahead and read that, brother. Go ahead, read it.
Jeremiah 50 and 33. Thus said the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. And all that took them captives held them fast, and refused to let them go.
Yep, all that took them captives held them fast and refused to let them go. And that's why we are where we are today. But to the opposite, the reverse is happening. All right, to where now the so-called white man, he's on the verge of going into captivity. All right, he's going to run into his bunkers, and that's going to fail him. It's not going to do him any good because they're going to come out of those bunkers and go straight into slavery.
That's right. I got scripture for you.
All right, bring it out.
This is Sirach 27 and 26. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that setteth a trap shall be taken therein.
Expound on it.
No, so this man has gave this manifest destiny for a particular amount of time, and now the tables have turned.
Yep. Okay,
and now he don't know how to bail out. He can't bail out of the situation now.
Right.
He's
Like
stuck.
Haman.
Yeah.
Haman made those gallows, for
Absolutely.
Mordecai.
Bring it out. Read it.
Okay.
Hey, while he getting that, this is Sirach 10 in verse 7. It says, pride is hateful before Yahweh and man, and by both do it one commit iniquity. And this is what we see happening right now, because the scriptures let you know that the pride of digging those pits, the pride of Esau's heart deceived him. Verse 8, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And that's what you see when we freely can go out here and call this man the devil.
Uh-huh.
All right, when we freely can walk, down the street with this woman, or have 3 of them hoes on your lap like the Murphy, and he can't do shit about it, but order a drink or another sandwich.
He ordered another drink. Now put those back on the screen,
Cause
brother.
I'm gonna beat the fuck out
Let's
of you.
expound
in front
on
of
those.
everybody.
All right.
I ain't polite like these brothers.
So look at those images. Those are the receipts. Those are the receipts to prove what we spoke on earlier. Those are the images of those Native Americans. Those were not Africans. All right. And that book, that's a book about America. And I believe that book dates back to the 1700s or the 1600s. That book right there, it's called First Americans, and they're showing you all these dark flesh people in that same dress that you see. Those were the say, and they use those very images that you're looking at for Negro for African slaves, but those were natives. And then now bring it down, down to the top now, and there it is. There's a receipt in Virginia. You can look this up. There was an act that was passed, 2 acts passed in 1682 that combined Native Americans and Africans into one category as Negro.
Yeah.
So when we tell you, all right, that there's millions of Negroes running around here that are actually Native Americans, but yet they got blood quadrant white people claiming to be Native Americans and get to go to college for free and all that. When you didn't actually got a good portion, you got to get the casinos and get the money. All right, but the real natives are mixed in with the Negroes, and the other ones that aren't are on the reservation suffering.
And you always had a nigga in school telling my grandmama was for Cherokee.
And he probably was telling the truth.
Shit, mine is too, but I'm a
All right.
nigga. That's them.
That's
I'm
right.
inside the kingdom, bro. That's it.
All right. So point being, it's a lot of Jake running around. A lot of people think they Judah is they really Gad and Reuben.
Right.
All right. That's the point.
I got a scripture to back on what we said about Murphy said about being the boldness of it. Now, this is addition to Esther 14 verse 12. Remember, O Yahweh, make thyself known in time of our affliction, and give me boldness, O King of the nations, and Yahweh of all power. So we stand up there now, like I say, even in our affliction, give us the power to tell this man to his face what the fuck he's on and what the fuck he on his way out. The fucking king, he on his way out.
I ain't gonna have no cap in the kingdom.
That's it.
Definitely ain't gonna have no
Yeah, right. They ain't gonna have no slaves,
You
They
ain't
gonna
gonna
go
have
do
shit,
all
man.
their work and their labor, but then go stand on the edge of the plantation and and teach the gospel to the other slaves Edomites going by.
Ain't gonna be no revolts.
Y'all remember on Scary Movie when the fucking nigga was when he was mocking Amistad and he got up there, he was like, I'm free, and he get your ass back down there, nigga. That's how it's gonna be. I dare you. You remember that on Scary Movie?
He was on Titanic.
Yeah. He got up, I'm king of the world, he whacked his, get your ass back down there. That's what's gonna happen. You niggas try to set up a kingdom or any type of cat, that's what's gonna happen.
Go Hancock on your way.
Get your ass
Go ahead, y'all bring the scripture up, Papa Shah.
Man, I'm trying to figure out where to start.
One.
Yeah, Esther 7. But first, I want to hit 3.
Go ahead, brother.
Esther 3, and
Take your time, brother. Nigga wanna be in the church.
and 4. It says, now it came to pass when they spake daily unto him, and he hearkened not unto them, that they told Haman to see whether Mordecai's matters would stand, for he had told them that he was a Jew. And when Haman saw that Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence, then was Haman full of wrath.
He went out to go spy on his liberty. He's
Mhm.
like, let me go see if this, because he's a Jew, so he ain't gonna bow down to these fake guys. Let me put a little scope pen on him,
Yep.
so I can go run and tell.
Yep. It says, verse 6, and he thought scorn to lay hands on Mordecai alone, for they had showed him the people of Mordecai. Wherefore Haman sought to destroy all the Jews that were throughout the whole kingdom of Ahasuerus, even the people of Mordecai. So here it is. He wanted all the Israelites, all right, just like Mordecai killed, right? So let's jump to Esther chapter 7, and might as well start at 1. It says, so the king and Haman came to the banquet with Esther the queen. And the king said again unto Esther on the second day at the banquet of wine, what is thy petition, Queen Esther? And it shall be granted thee. And what is thy request? And it shall be performed, even to the half of the kingdom. Then Esther the queen answered and said, if I have found favor in thy sight, O king, and if it please the king, let my life be given me at my petition, and my people at my request. For we are sold, I and my people, to be destroyed, to be slain, and to perish. But if we had been sold for bondmen and bondwomen, I had held my tongue, although the enemy could not countervail the king's damage. Then the king Ahasuerus answered and said unto Esther the queen, who is he, and where is he, that dost presume in his heart to do so? And Esther said, the adversary and the enemy is this wicked Haman. Now keep in mind, Haman was an Edomite, man. And it says,
Amalek at that.
Then it says, then Haman was afraid before the king and the queen. And the king, arising from the banquet of wine in his wrath, went into the palace garden. And Haman stood up to make requests for his life to Esther the queen, for he saw that there was evil determined against him by the king.
That means he was crying like a bitch.
Then, verse 8, then the king returned out of the palace garden into the palace of the banquet of wine, and Haman was fallen upon the bed whereon Esther was. Then said the king, will he force the queen also before me in the house? As the word went out of the king's mouth, they covered Haman's face. And Harbona, one of the chamberlains, said before the king, behold also the gallows 50 cubits high, which Haman had made for Mordecai, who had spoken,
So like that movie came to in Django, where he said that if it had been a snake, it would have bit.
So it says, the gallows 50 cubits high, which Haman had made for Mordecai, who had spoken good for the king, standeth in the house of Haman. Then the king said, hang him thereon. So they hanged Haman on the gallows that he had prepared for Mordecai.
Right.
Then the king's wrath was pacified. Yep. And so here it is, this Edomite, all right, so-called white man, Haman, all right, who had made the gallows to kill Mordecai, and he wanted to kill the other Israelites as well. And that same gallows he was killed on.
Right.
So the same ditch that Esau Edom is making for us, the Israelites,
Same trap.
he's gonna fall into that ditch.
This Psalm 7 and 15, it says, he made a pit and digged it, and is fallen into the ditch which he made.
Fallen into the ditch which he made. And this is what's gonna happen this time. Hey, and again, there's telltale signs that he's going into this ditch, and part of the telltale signs is him losing his women.
Well, yeah, he gave the nigga woman liberty, all right, to be set up to go above their man. Now look at his women.
Right.
They're liberated.
It's still going.
Yeah. They wanted to make sure the nigga woman was free from our patriarchy.
That's right.
Idiot.
And then another thing to go into that, Haman had made that big so it could be a public example,
Right.
public display, and he got put on public display.
Absolutely.
And so that's the same thing with Esau.
Right now.
To us.
That's right.
He trying to put us on public display, and accuse us. But really, he gonna get on the biggest public. He gonna be the biggest.
Well, it's happening
display
now.
ever.
It's happening now with Epstein. That's why you keep having events happen. They need deflection away from that.
Yeah.
That's why they put out that
Cat Williams.
Cat Williams thing to distract. They need distraction from, and a lot of the same wickedness is coming out, except now it's coming out on Jake.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. It's like all this child molestation and what they call it, casting couch shit that happened with so-called white people in Hollywood. They're not the focus now.
Right. They did the same thing with R. Kelly. They when the list came, when the first shit started happening, they made sure let's put out R. Kelly. What you said, Harvey Weinstein?
Yeah, I believe when he had a case too, they kept on bringing up.
Yeah, the Weinstein and then Epstein Island shit happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Cat Williams mentioned Weinstein again. I've been told y'all about Harvey Weinstein. He offered to blow his ride.
Right.
He said it's 3 other black people here. He said I told him no. What y'all tell y'all? How y'all got this part still?
Right.
So, but we've been telling y'all about this shit. Man. All right. Well, we've been reading that Ephesians the 5th chapter for years.
That's right.
And the things they do in secret. I might as well graduate.
Go ahead.
Definitely.
I got
Go ahead and read it while he's getting that.
this Psalms 10 and 2. The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined.
Wow. So the same thing that they're imagining, man. It's like how when everybody, now that the digital thing is set in with the countries that are in opposition to America, America's got to play catch up. So they got to get to step up their digital game. So when they enforce it, it looks like it could happen this year, and Lord will, it does. A lot of people are going to get sores and die. It tells you that in the scriptures.
Come.
A lot of people are going to die from those inserts. Okay.
They glorify their people. Like they glorify Jerry Lewis. He married his so-called underage cousin. And even though Elvis and Jake, they glorify that. But like when the dark nigga do it, it's
Nigga Jerry Lewis and Jake.
Oh, okay.
Great ball.
He's white tea present that shit. All right, but when Jake do it, ain't nothing wrong because according to the law, we get a woman soon as a female get her period. She's going. All right, but we can't do on this side.
Yeah, we don't.
All right, but Esau turned things upside down. So when Jake do it, Jake is vilified. He's the lowest son of gun on the earth and shit. And really, Esau, he's the lowest son of bitch in the base on the earth.
And Esau does it all the time too.
Right.
They always make it disappear off the airways and find some crime that was done by some people.
Like now.
They just ignore it. They just really because during the R. Kelly thing, it kept coming up about Hugh Hefner and the little young bitch that posed on the Playboy. She was like 11 or 12 or something.
Yeah, Brooke Shields.
Man, beautiful white woman.
She was young as hell.
Sweet white
And
woman.
nobody mentioned it. They would overlook it. No, R. Kelly though. But what about this? When he's a white man, what about R. Kelly? They just completely get over
That's
it.
what they do, man.
So Tracy Lords, if you don't know who that was, she was
Yeah.
a famous
Porn
porn star, and she was started when she was in her 15, 16 years old.
Yeah, she
And she Tracy Lords. I'm quote my
Same thing with Elvis Presley. They don't care when you mention that. No, you're not gonna
Matter
mention
of fact, and then she actually turned legitimate Salaki, brother. Me to cut you out. But she actually turned legitimate actress because her first role was in Blade.
Yeah.
That was her first real movie role. She played one of the vampires that got slayed.
Only men of a certain
Right.
age know about Tracy
So
Lords.
because when I was in the Marine Corps, she was real popular.
Yes, sir.
And then it came out that she was, all that came out because I remember everybody was upset because they were pulling all her movies off the shelf.
And they got nothing to do with them being dead, because Michael Jackson is dead, and they still want to throw fucking dirt in there.
Right.
Even though those little boys that came out and said they was told to say those lies by their parents to get money, but they make sure they still throw dirt on his
Yeah,
name.
and a couple of them came out and said that I
Never
never
happened.
had no issue.
Right.
Never happened.
They said their parents told them to say to get money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Hulk Hogan, even though Hulk Hogan is a Jake, he married an underage woman, but they throwing all this shade on Marcus Houston for marrying the 20-year-old.
And she was legal.
Yeah.
She was of age, and they getting on Jake.
Well, they just had that's the problem doing that.
Nigga woman.
You gotta get through it.
But you know what? Salaki, it's the nigga woman, and niggas follow nigga woman because they so fucking sensitive. They follow after they leave and talk shit too, man. And you niggas are more these niggas are more feministic than these damn bitches.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They damn shame.
Yeah, that's why Lil kill you.
They was glorifying that shit with the Hulk Hogan. Like, oh man, congratulations and all of this. When you see all the shit,
Donald Trump
Fired
quote for Epstein was, oh yeah, I know Epstein, he's a good guy. He like beautiful women like me. He likes them young. Which ain't nothing wrong with that, as long as they ain't too young.
To younger man in China, man.
I got a scripture.
Oh,
Psalms 82. Psalms 82 and 5. It says, "They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course."
So
right?
slut walk is good.
Right.
All right, but a man having multiple women, oh, he's a dog.
Right.
He's gay. You know these bitches saying, oh, a man has a woman, he's gay.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, there's some. Oh,
How's
Big Jim out to say that shit.
They're best friend though. So make up your fucking mind.
Right.
Me and my brother was talking about this other day. So make up your fucking mind.
Right.
Oh, bitch gonna say, I always see you with a different woman. Bitch, if your man could do it, he would too. But he's stuck with your right now.
Right.
I saw that goddamn post, man.
All type of shit.
Yeah.
Then they got transgender children. That's a thing in America.
That's
But
right.
a man getting with a 16-year-old, you a monster. What about the little transgender kid that was on the cover with that naked man, the RuPaul challenge winner on the cover?
That's the
That's
same one that
art.
says your parents,
Right.
If your
That's
parents aren't with this, then you need to get new parents.
That's awful. That's that.
Oh,
That's
those are different ones?
Yep. There's so many of them.
Wow.
Little Devin.
But
Yeah.
that goes to
There's-
show. That goes to show this scripture right here, man. Psalms 82 and 5, where it says, "All the foundations of the earth are out of course."
Oh.
Here it is. You got the feminism, going on in the so-called matriarchy as opposed to the patriarchy, and thing exactly. And then here it is, even with our women, man, the so-called black woman is the best woman, the best looking, the best everything on the earth, but because everything is upside down and out of course, well, if she's made to be the best, well, right now she's the worst. Right?
Yeah.
And now in the kingdom of heaven, it's gonna go back to the so-called black woman, the so-called Judite woman, and then the rest of the
I look
Israelites.
forward to it.
Exactly, being the top women on the earth again. See, but right now, since all the foundations of the earth are out of course, it's the opposite. And even the so-called, black women who so-called actually look good, their mindset and their attitude
fucked up.
make them ugly.
That's
You
right.
see?
And then, like, just to touch the young women, right? Most of the women that got married when they was 14 and 15, 16, they've been with their husbands for fucking 40, 50 years.
That's right.
That's
You
right.
know, they've been
That's
with
right.
That's all they knew.
That's all they fucking wanted.
Right.
Right.
Well, exactly. They didn't want to test 100 dicks to figure out what size they like.
Right.
And then give themselves, and then get united in holy matrimony on dick 105.
Right.
That's it.
Now, when a woman's young, she pair bond, she's a virgin, she ain't known a man. So you pop her, and as soon as it's a natural thing for a woman to immediately fall in love with the man that takes her virginity. If it's the consensual way, you know what I mean?
Right.
So a lot of it's a lot easier for a woman to
So like, not
put
just
up
the
with
consensual way.
gun.
So like, no.
Okay.
So these bitches, they submit. Right, it's easy for them to submit and shut the fuck up when that man's spirit is already on them.
Arranged marriages are still more successful. See, everything about this upside down. This is what Yaki just read. All the shit is upside down. See, even Stockholm syndrome and shit like that. This is just a side note. A woman that gets raped. All right, if that's her first man, like the law say, she still would stay with him. And guess what? She would love that man.
You're right.
All right, I know.
That's why they cap.
King David doing this. He was like, "Why did you do this thing when he walked out?" And he was like, "Nigga,
Yeah, now you leaving is worse. She said you leave is worse than the thing you did.
Right, sure did.
She felt it. Yeah.
Right, arranged marriages, and you Esau's done the numbers on this. Arranged marriages, all right, are more successful than this Western shit, all right, this romantic shit, which goes back to Rome. All right,
which these women can't pair bond because they've been too romantic with two different men.
Right,
Too many
different
men.
Two is too many. Two is too many.
Well, you're right, but if it was two, you're lucky.
True fact, now that's
True.
All right, it's only been with two.
Okay.
Man, let me go ahead, Mary.
But
you ain't that's about, you can't get much better than that.
not only are arranged marriages more successful as far as men, both parties are actually happy. They grown to know each other, quirks or whatever. She knows that man. She knows his likes, his dislikes, and you know what? She conforms. As opposed, because man and woman becomes one. As opposed, like the other Malcolm said, this bitch done laid with this nigga, that nigga, and every nigga she laid with, she comparing all 6 of these bodies to 7. If she get to 100, she comparing all 99 of these bodies
Trying to make
to this
you,
one.
trying to
When
mold
she
you
get
into
to
all
the
that.
next 150, she comparing 149 niggas to this one. It's just a rap.
Yeah, you know the video with the guy and the girl in the car, and you know he said 6 bodies and how he was proud, and then she was like, well, I stopped counting at like 240.
Right.
I forgot. You know.
Damn.
See,
Yeah.
you know exactly. That's why my man's was. His mouth felt the same way.
Got my phone. Made all my phone stop on the phone.
She said 340.
I'm sorry, 340. I'm saying
Oh,
correct.
damn.
That said she stopped counting at 340. Sam, it was 340. So yeah, put 5 more question marks behind 340.
That is because this romantic system they got set up, this dating, girlfriend, boyfriend system, it breeds whoredoms. All right, end of the day, it breeds whoredoms. It goes play the field, test the waters. Well, so I tell you about testing the waters. That's a whorish woman.
That was a hit song. That came out, I think that. So was that song from the 60s or the 70s, Pop?
What's that?
That the mama told me you better shop.
Oh,
That was the 60s.
yeah. That was
You better shop around.
no. That was the early 70s.
All right.
Mama used to say, "Take your time."
No,
now."
wrong song. Bro. That was Junior. That was.
Okay, so that was
No, you better shop around.
Oh yeah, that was in the 60s.
Okay.
That was the 60s.
Yeah, shop around by the miracles.
Yeah, that was the 60s.
Not the Miracles.
Right. That was
The
the 60s.
Miracles made that?
Yeah.
Smokey Robinson?
Yeah, so that your mama. Yeah, that was the miracles. He's right.
He was strapped around that too.
Yeah, they on that Test the Waters. Actually, it came out when you was born, 1961.
Yep.
What's crazy? Testing the waters.
Damn, so that was
Yeah.
I wasn't even born
That
yet
make
for that
this
song.
sense.
Go ahead, brother. Get that pre-song.
This is Ecclesiasticus 26 and 12. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he have found a fountain
This is going
and
crazy
drink of every
now.
water near her. By every hedge will she sit down and open her quiver against every arrow.
It's not about a whorish woman. And that's
Read it in another version.
Uh,
All right, because it says she's gonna open her mouth to every water. Well, you know, like we talked about yesterday on the line. Everybody remembers that meme with that pack of hot dogs with the girl with her mouth open.
The water.
Now the hot dogs hitting in the face.
The water. Damn.
You see it? All right, and then a quiver, you know, a quiver is what you put arrows in.
That's it.
And average, and when you go a battle quiver, when a warrior was going to battle,
He put as many as he can get in
he
there.
had 20 to 30 arrows in his quiver. Right.
I got it.
So that is
We have a
comparison.
two-shooter.
So it's comparing a woman to that, man. All right.
Man, we fine.
This is
We fine. I don't like
this is
Sirach.
Sirach 26 and 12 in the Good News translation. She will spread her legs anywhere for any man who wants her.
Pound town. She went to Pound Town.
Just
Any man that
Hey,
wants
shout out
her.
to Stacey Red, though. That bitch get the whole fired up.
just
Right. She getting the holes fired up. That bitch gonna get put to death right around with you.
She definitely is.
Go ahead.
Just as a thirsty traveler will she drink whatever water is available.
Whatever.
Right. So whenever man is shooting, she drinking. All right.
Protein shot.
Okay.
Oh damn.
That's your average Western woman, man. The Bible prophesied that this thing shall be. All right, and it's saying that about women. And hence the debate that I had with Luca when she didn't want to bring the Bible up. All right, because she immediately said, and this was a heathen one. She said, "Oh no, not the Bible." She said, "The Bible doesn't speak well of women at all, so no, we can't use the Bible." Right?
That's right. At least they let you know she actually read it.
But she
And it
actually
do speak well of women.
exactly. It does speak well of women. But right, but not in, because it said that a shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, and you know, and we know when you call a female dog that B word, you know, short said it the best.
Too short.
Bring it out, brother.
This Amos chapter 7, verse 17. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shai, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword, and thy land shall be divided by line, and thou shalt die in a polluted land, and Israel shall surely go into captivity.
All those
forth
things,
of his land.
all those things are happening to us. Our sons and daughters are dying in the streets of a foreign place. All right, dying at the sword. Our women are complete harlots in the streets. All right, and our land is divided, and we don't have it. All right, there's other people in our land, and we don't have nothing. All right, and the crazy thing is that we don't have anything, and the enemy that did this to us, his women are flocking to us.
Anyway.
That's how you know that there's a God in heaven. All right, his name is Yahweh, man. All right, and I've been saying it for years. If we can get that women when we have nothing, how much more when we have everything? And we're about to get everything because this place is done. It's done.
Esau's done.
If America makes it out this year, that'll be a miracle in itself.
It's crazy.
All right. The way things are looking, it could be all out purge, chaos, madness by the time the summer comes. Even before then, the way things are looking.
Hey, to touch on that, because hey, look, I mean, we you and Kanaka had went out, and the fucking Edomite woman was with a guy. And she was so fucking gawking over the brother because he had, you know, you know what I'm saying? And she was gawking over the brother, and she's like, you look so good.
Come on, man.
And the fucking, her guy was just like, man.
He's cool with it.
No, she was a witch. She was like, yeah, I'm a witch. You know, all type of shit. You know, if I tell him to fight somebody, he'll just fight him. Like the bitch was weird. But
he was too. He was a cup.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
She was a witch, and he was a cup.
Yeah, she was a witch.
He was a You brothers heard this story before. I was at Worlds competing, man, and out there on the mats, fighting at Worlds, and just won a match. Went back up in the stands to sit down to wait for my next match, man. And I'm sitting there, you know, hot and sweaty, shirt off, a little pumped up, and
shit real.
The Edomite chick, and she was a good looking Edomite, came up the stairs with her man holding her hand, and I'm sitting on the aisle seat. So you know, everyone walking up, I'm right on the aisle. All right, and then my nephew, I remember my nephew that was in the camp. He was sitting there right next to me, and the chick was coming up the stairs, and as she walked past me, now mind you, she's holding her man's hand. He's in front of her. She leaned over and put her face right in mine, winked at me, and blew me a kiss.
Wow.
And it was kind of shocking when she leaned over, and I kind of backed up like, what the fuck? And she winked at me and blew a kiss. And I looked, me and my nephew was like, what the fuck? And she holding this dude's hand. He never looked back, man.
Babe.
So it was insane, man. So and it was an Edomite woman, man.
I had a precept.
So if my one would have did that, I'd have left the ass at that arena.
I'd have took her hand loose
I
right
had a
there.
precept for you because he the woman always
I'd
desires.
have said, you can go ahead and go with him.
You got that Genesis?
Bring it out, brother.
Genesis, because they happened with Pharaoh's wife, with Joseph.
She was fired out.
Genesis 39, and I'm going to jump around a little bit. Verse 6, it said, he left all that he had in Joseph's hand, talking about Pharaoh, and he knew not aught he had, save the bread which he did eat. And Joseph was a goodly person and well favored. And it came to pass after these things that his master's wife cast her eyes upon Joseph, and she said, lie with me. But he refused and said unto his master's wife, behold, my master would have not what is with me in the house, and he have committed all that he had to my hand. There is none greater in this house than I, neither have he kept back anything from me, but thee, because thou art his wife. How then can I do this great wickedness and sin against the Most High? And it came to pass, as he spake to Joseph day by day, that he hearkened not unto her to lie by her or to be with her. And it came to pass about this time that Joseph went into the house to do his business, and there was none of the men of the house therein. And she caught him by his garment, saying, lie with me. And he left his garment in her hand and fled and got him out. So even Pharaoh's wife, man, you know, she was, and they said adulteries, man. She was lusting upon Joseph. So like Joseph, because he was a man of the Lord, he wasn't going to lie with his wife, man.
Yeah, chasing him and whatnot. He walking around and whatnot. She spot him. He probably trying to duck in rooms and all this kind of shit, trying to stay away from this.
These women are outrageous, man, in America, man.
But that proves that the law, they knew, they understood the law before it got written to Moses. So they was already verbally in their mind and understood that was adultery.
Hey, even before that, when Abraham had went to the Pharaoh, Abimelech, he had said what?
Hold on, brothers. Somebody get Jeremiah 3 right now. The brother just said, Shalom, got a question for you, Akim. Would you put away your rib if she went behind your back?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
Yes, get a white woman.
Absolutely. If she, especially if she,
rib. Stop talking like that.
especially if she, if going behind your back, meaning she opened up her quiver to someone else, or she opened up her mouth to drink somebody else's waters. Absolutely.
She greatly polluted.
3 and 1.
All right, this is Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 1. It says, they say, if a man put away his wife and she go from him and become another man's, shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted? But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers, yet return again unto me, said the Lord.
Right here. Caught the heel on it.
Go ahead, brother. He kind of like he did that right when you made the point.
Okay.
But the point is, brother, the land is now greatly polluted, brother. So it won't work because think I want you to think about it like this, man. It's been proven scientifically that the sperm of a man stays in a woman. So now when you go inside that, your woman, your sperm is mixing with his inside of her.
But just respect yourself.
So that's where those smells come from, and that's why a lot of women smell like that, because they've had, too many men and shot their loads off in her, and then not only that, the sperm is living and it has a spirit, the spirit is on it. So now you got these. That's why sometimes your woman is a woman. It can start to be indifferent with you, and it's not even her. It's those spirits,
Trying to line up to him.
It'll never work. It'll torment you. It'll never fucking work.
So let them talk, man. Goddamn.
It'll never work. When a woman commit, that's high treason, man.
That's right.
Against your throne, you are that bitch king. When a woman actually allow a man inside her like that, that should have hunt you, man. That should have been in your fucking mind. You'll be trying to make shit cool. But look, man, the scripture say don't give up your preeminence, man.
That's
right. That bitch. It's more women than it is.
Women outnumber men 14-1 average around the world.
But see,
and the Lord, hold on, brother, and the Lord did that. That's why so many women, all right, because what's about to happen. Look, every woman in America that's not under the protection of a man of the Lord, when that day comes, we never did get that Isaiah 32 I asked for. Because a man is going to be more precious. All right. I think it's 32. 32. Right? Yeah. Yeah. No, 32. Isaiah 32.
It was
13.
It was a two-part thing. It broke up because the second part, because it says the full thing says, got a question. Would you put away your rib if she went behind your back? And then it broke into this text. Would her female ex to hang out and lie to you numerous times?
So same thing, because if she's either lying with that woman or she's lying with another man. Right. All right, let's be real with it, man. When a woman starts dipping off and no explanation and holding you different, she touching you different, kissing you different, it's a new vibration on her. She's stepping out. A lot of men just don't want to face up to that. They don't want to face up to it. But that's typically what's happening. If you can't find her and she just disappears for no reason at all, more than likely somebody playing hide the sausage with your woman, bro.
If they having a girls' night out and she's lying about a girls' night out,
that's not what it said. She is an ex-bitch. She was gay, right? She was gay.
So same thing.
Yeah, the same thing.
She betrayed you, man. All right.
You know what, man? Put the bitch out, man. Goddamn. Put it out, man. Go be in the fucking simp.
That's right.
Let's go.
Respect yourself.
Respect yourself, man.
Yeah, man. Bitch ran with
keep it moving, man. It hurts. Everybody's going through that. All right.
It's gonna hurt worse taking that bitch back.
Yeah.
Leave her alone. The best thing a bitch ever did for me was leave. Just
and it's not about your sex performance or anything. You could have a 12-inch rod and she'll still step out on you. Promise you, she's still gonna try. Because now she want to know what a 6-inch rod feel like. All right, she been getting this 12-inch. So it don't matter. They just gonna do what they're gonna do, man. And like I was saying, if you're not under the protection of a man of the Lord, when in the days to come, they're gonna find out the hard way. A lot of these women are gonna fall victim to their own devices, man, because because they've been jumping on that cock carousel, going from man to man, and now it's gonna come a time when the cock carousel is gonna bend them over the hood of a car and ride them against their will, or trap them in their apartment. Murph told you the story about the white girl that got trapped by, what was it, 5 or 6 niggas?
About 6 niggas.
All right, they had her trapped in an apartment for 4 months.
Yeah, like 3 months.
Yeah, so 3 months of getting stroked out by 6 different niggas, man. And you know Jake was doing it dirty. There was on more occasions she had
2 niggas all at the head.
Right, she had multiple penises in it at one time. So but that's what you wanted to go to Pound Town, and now you're gonna go to Pound Town in a way you don't want.
Hey, going back to that
your booty hole is popped out now, looking like a damn
prolapse.
Going back to that.
Baboon's ass.
Going back to that Psalms. Going back to that Psalms 82:5, the foundations of the earth out of course. Here it is. The Father made women to be with one man and their desire to one man. But since the earth is out of course, all right, here it is. They desire many men. You see, they want many men, and Esau Edom, the enemy, has put it out there to hey, you better shop around. You know what I'm saying? You explore your options. Yeah.
Well, they say they use the word date, and basically, and I hate that word because that's just a soft way of saying, well, this is a guy I'm fucking now.
Right.
Oh, well, I used to date him. Why don't you just know you used to fuck him?
Period.
Right? Oh, look at that. 2 guys hanging out. Used to fuck both of them. All right. So well, I'm dating this guy. Well, I'm not dating him anymore. And then I did, I date a lot. Well, you fuck a lot, different people.
Right.
All right. Just say what you mean. All right, he been holding one for a minute, brother. Go bring it out, brother. This like a jumping jack. Yeah, bring it out.
This Sirach 26 and 23. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that fear Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So, hey, man, that woman's being wicked, man. Let her go her way, man.
Yeah.
Don't chase after that bitch, man.
Right, and the Lord is storing up women for you brothers, man. For you men who go on the highways and byways and do this work, to do these videos that we truly are risking our lives and freedom to bring out this truth and to bring out these evidences. And the Lord, there's going to be a reward for that, man. The scripture says so.
And this is amazing. Like Isaiah 4 says, in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. The Lord got the right amount of women for us, because 7 is completion for every.
Well, you know what? Let's get to Isaiah 39 and then bring that one out. You speaking on it, then you can read it and break it down.
It's Isaiah chapter 1, verse 8. And the daughter of Zion is left as a cottage in a vineyard, as a lodge in a garden of cucumbers, as a besieged city. She gonna get exactly what she wants.
Yeah, she gonna be besieged. You were free and single to mingle and independent, and now you're gonna be independent when they kick in your door, and all them Chinese soldiers and the Russians and stuff. When Diego and them come,
and the brothers,
all right.
That's fucked up.
If you watch if you watch Snowfall and you see what was about to happen to Louis.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Yeah, that scene with Lori when Louis got bent over that damn chair in that warehouse full of men. Right.
Yeah.
Hey, read that verse 7. The same chapter you in.
This is Sirach 26. You said verse 7? All right, this is verse 7. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that hath hold of her is as though he held a scorpion.
So, like Southside might say, man, you gotta let that creature go, man. It's like you hold a scorpion, you know what it's gonna do? It's gonna sting you.
Yep.
You're gonna be putting yourself in danger into the day, bro. It's not gonna work, It's just what it is.
And any woman who's willing to endanger your safety, man, especially, you figure if it's your woman, you're not using no contraceptives, or you're not using condoms and all that shit. So
Yeah,
here I am, thinking I'm safe to go inside of you, and you've been letting other people shoot off of you, and I don't know what the hell they got.
Right, man,
So you can't, no, man, you can't roll with that, bro. She out of there. Hold on, brother. Hold that. We want that Isaiah 32. We've been waiting on it.
And what?
And then Isaiah 4:1, and then you're gonna play that video.
32 and what?
9. The man should be more precious.
No,
That
that was 12.
That's not Isaiah 13 and 12.
13 and 12. Salaki.
Behind
13 and 12.
This is Isaiah 13 and 12.
No.
I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir.
Right.
Oh, Slocky,
Matter of fact, go up some to
Yeah.
where what's gonna happen when they're kicking in doors and running people through. Literally. Literally, man. All right.
This is Isaiah chapter 13.
Yeah, watch them Purge movies and just really pay attention to all the little details in the background shit.
That's right.
All right.
Shit, watch that. What's that Batista movie?
Bushwick.
Bushwick.
Hey, remember, she only linked up with Batista when she was about to get raped.
That's right.
Yeah,
They was in the middle of trying to.
yeah, she was about to get the GARAP. She's about to get great. All right.
If he was Murphy,
You know.
I would told that bitch.
This is Isaiah 13. I started at 11.
And that little bro was bad too, man.
I like it. It says, "And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease."
So that arrogancy that not only the so-called black woman, but the Western woman in general, because we're not. This isn't singling out just the black woman on this. We're talking about the Western woman in general at this point. All right, and here in America, man, there are these women, and look, and and for you brothers that do have the white woman can't get the so-called white woman. Is she an actual Edomite? All right, because we know that there's some people who look white that are actually Jacob. We're very well aware of that. But you got your badass white woman and she pleases you and she can't get on the chariot.
Nope.
So she gonna die on this side anyway.
Uh-huh.
Right. So ain't nothing you can do for her except give her some pleasure and get some pleasure from her on this side.
And some money.
See, a little bit of comfort, however the comfort comes. All right, a little bit of comfort in this hell that we in. All right, that's the most you can do. Y'all can have a few moments of joy in this hellhole that we're all in, which is going to prove itself and show itself to be a hellhole for everyone very soon.
It says, "And I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold."
Because your degree is going to be worth nothing except to light a fire to try to warm your ass with.
That's it.
That degree don't mean shit. You still stupid as fuck. Man.
Dumb in the motherfucker.
That's
Degree
it.
comes from downgrade.
Yeah.
It says, "I will make a man more precious than fine
shit.
gold."
Did it say a woman?
It didn't say a woman.
Right.
It didn't say a male. It said a man.
Man,
The man of the Lord at that.
that's all
right.
right.
Don't want to talk.
Man.
Nobody
That's
else
what I'm
I
saying.
mean.
Fucking man.
Nobody else I mean, man. And we gonna keep this shit real. Everybody else is a fucking male.
Yep.
And I say this all the time around these say it again.
A jabroni.
A fucking jabroni. And I say it again, all these dudes with these little trinkets and shit. Yeah, a lot of y'all got cars and big condos and shit. You can afford
You were
this,
smarter.
but you can't afford to be a fucking man.
Hello.
Everybody who presented their body as a living sacrifice and really stepped out there on their line, they can afford to be men.
That's right.
We can't. When you take up your cross, that's the only time you ever been a fucking man.
Yeah.
Anytime before that, you just was a fucking male.
A dog. In fact, it was a dog.
That's
And,
right, a beast.
Revelation was 22. I'm thinking this nigga the chapter.
That's
It said those that are without are dogs.
right.
All right, then that love blatant to lie, etc. But you a dog. Joshua, the first chapter says, be courageous, be bold, keep the law of the Lord. That's what manliness is.
That's exactly what manliness is. And right, and then you shunned upon it when you keep the law in this society. We
You're a man.
try to. All right, and that's what makes you a real man. Because we're trying to keep a law in a place that's lawless.
That's right.
All right.
Right.
That's why the scripture says, "Grievous the enemy when you teach your son." How was it go?
Yeah,
Because
Sirach.
the son grieveth the enemy.
Right, yeah.
Because he had left one behind him just like himself.
That's right. And so when you teach Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bashur Kadash, how to be a man, how to be a righteous man,
How to walk like that.
how to walk as a man. The scriptures tell you how to be a man. But a lot of times, many men of the Lord, myself included, have said we didn't know how to be a real man until we came into this.
This is
Because
true.
we were taught.
Because we thought being a man meaning you go out and get a big car and a big house and a good job.
And get
That makes
married.
you a man, and that's nothing known.
Father, son, and truth.
All wrong, especially if you're doing it under vibration in this wicked society.
Right.
Ah.
I have on deck a lesson on title The Accepted Way. And the one that is accepting the one way is the creator, the most high God, right? And so here it is, the natural way of a man, the natural way of a woman, the natural way of a family, the natural God-given way of all these things, you know, how he's set it up, that's the acceptable way. So when you going according to the Most High God and you know, fighting to follow his law, statutes, and commandments, his way, his righteousness, which ultimately is Yahushua, we're being conformed to the image of Yahushua, a true man. You see? And so if we're rolling with that way, we're fighting to be a true man. We're true men in the eyes of the Most High God. See, in this day, you have these hoes that say, well, a real man, you know, gonna do this, a real man gonna do that.
Right. He gonna start right there.
Don't know
And he was a bitch too, because if he wasn't a bitch, he wouldn't have got with your mama. Your daddy was a bitch. For real, your daddy was a bitch. I know your daddy. You don't know my daddy. Bitch, I seen your mama. I know he was a bitch. He couldn't respect himself and talk to his monkey conversation.
Maybe that's why he left.
Exactly. And he was real. I'm telling the line.
He sobered up.
He left.
Hey, that's
I
why.
respect the daddy who left.
Hey, and who said, and those who are fighting to be true men, the scripture says that they're going to be hated.
That's right.
You know, of all men in well, all males and all people that's of this world.
Who are we hated? So I'll be glad when I finally get my first 14.
That's right.
Because I'm hated right now. So you know, the women outnumbers 14 to 1. I'm looking forward to
It's
my
a lot.
More than that, right
Your house ain't told that rich Jake to sell all his goods to come with him. So that proved that the material shit don't make you.
Right. Because the man, he asked, hey,
That's a good point, bro.
right, how do I receive eternal life and this, that, and the other thing?
Right.
He said, hey, keep the commandments. He said, oh man, I
did,
kept
that's what
those.
he said.
He said, but if the Lord told him, hey, if you want to be perfect, go on to perfection.
That's right.
All right, then go sell all that y'all have. Forget this present temporal evil world. Come follow me. Stand up for righteousness. You see, and get in the line of the process to be purified and perfected to be a man.
That's
All
right.
right.
crazy.
And
That's right.
What's crazy on that is niggas can't do that because he still would have been rich. He didn't want to he didn't want to let it go.
right.
These niggas can't even let this shit go. This
Right.
it ain't nothing in it.
Niggas can't even stop eating bacon, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
It starts in
Exactly.
I got a
Brother
swift,
Burger, let him bring that scripture.
I got a swift precept. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and
Well.
13. And this is what it is to be a man. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High Power God and keep His commandments. For this is the whole duty of men. So this is what it is to be a man. Fearing the Lord and following His commandments and doing His work. That's what it is to be a man. These guys out here, these dudes, they weak. They not men. And then you got, and like I said, I don't call these fucking females women because they not women. It's regular ass female. A woman means serving a wife. If you ain't serving your man and you ain't being a wife, you a bitch. Fuck you.
Yeah, all these weak motherfuckers, the Lord's gonna
Yeah,
destroy.
you're right, and that's another thing that most people don't look up in the meaning of words. The very word "woman" means servant. That's what it means. It means woman means servant. It doesn't make you a queen. You're not a servant to anyone. You're a servant to your man, right?
And just like we are
But-
serving
to the Lord.
well, it says how that we're, you know, we're likened unto a comely and delicate woman. So our man is Yahweh Shai. You know, and we
Yeah, but
got
the church teaches these women that they married to Jesus.
right.
No, you're not.
Right.
The
Yeah.
men are the
Skip
one.
the line.
And so, but see, but those are the lies that you've been sold,
Working for
and
Jesus.
unfortunately for you guys, a lot of you gonna die. But
I had something real quick.
bring out that. Okay, bring it out, brother.
It's the back of the
Is
God.
there more
What it
than
said.
Yeah.
It's Luke 12 and 15. It's Yahweh Shai speaking. And he said unto them, take heed and beware of covetousness, for a man's life consists of not in the abundance of the things which he possesses.
That's right.
Wow, that's
That's
a heavy precept, because it's basically what it's saying is that your mansion, your Lamborghini, and your Ferrari don't mean shit. That's not where your worth is identified.
I say it all the time, man. You know how many low-life maggots, drug addicts, and rainbow people got some fucking money?
Exactly.
Shit, that's how they
Child
got it.
molesters and look at Epstein and all those people that's on that list that was going to that life.
Right.
Those were billionaires and millionaires, man.
Right.
Well, Psalm
Multi-million millionaires and billionaires, and they want for nothing, but yet they're the low life, the dirtiest scum of the earth, man.
Psalm 73 says these are the wicked that prosper in the
In the
world.
world. Yes.
Mhm. So yeah,
Because you
fret
say the
not.
prosperity and fools is destroyed.
Kind. So go ahead and play that video. We're gonna get ready to wrap it up.
All right, I'm gonna play this. This is called "The Truth About How White Men Feel About Black Men." I'm going to put it up in here. I'm gonna-
Yeah, key up that imagery too.
Yeah.
And you know what? I got it ready. Because it pisses them off, and that's what we want. I'm about to pull this.
And that's like
Especially
that's
now-
what the Lord wants.
Especially now that women are showing themselves to feel like they feel toward it, because the white, I'm gonna tell you, man, the
So
so-called white woman will hate you, but still will lie with you, and yeah, anytime you want, they
Nigga.
still hate you.
I mean,
Alright.
one called me nigga yesterday.
Okay.
Hard to y'all.
Okay, Shemai, real quick.
Of white people in general, insofar as you see white-black race relations. Can you expound on that, sir? Well, interestingly, you use the phrase race relations. I don't think there are many relations between black and white people. What I would say very simply is that those of us who are born with this pigmentation have certain privileges, things we can take for granted. We have the safety, the security, so we don't want to lose this. Now, this also means that, and here's the unpleasant part, that so much of our safety, security status comes from putting down black people, saying we're not like them. We're Europeans. We're more highly evolved. We've got talents they don't have. And that's where you get the flip side of this, which really is the other side of racism. Well, how much does sex and sexuality really have to do with race relations, particularly between white men and black men? Well, if you take white men and black men, let's take it two ways. If a white man is walking down the street and he sees a couple, a very attractive black man, really masculine, and with him a very attractive white woman, who got her white, will make her blonde. He looks at that woman and he wonders, this is a white lady. What does she see in him? What do they do together? And it really drives us up the wall. Because she's a woman who could choose, a white guy, but she chooses a black guy. It really bothers us. And as a result, what we want to do is some way take that black man away. Because we begin to say, hey, is she having a better time with him? Various ways. And she can with me. And so he's competition for us. And you know how people react to competition.
There it is. All right, so that goes one last time. Get that Job 27:15. All right, we're gonna get ready to wrap it up, man. Because all those and what's that? All those curses that Deuteronomy 30:7. Yeah, so the curses are now falling on them. So yeah, let's get those two scriptures and wrap it up.
Yeah, that's what they saying. This is the worst time. It's the worst time to be a single straight
Oh
white
yeah,
man.
what's that? That's the
They
image. Look at
always
this
say
nigga in
that.
the back. Look at that pump.
Oh yeah.
Look at Murph ready to beat the shit out of him if he blink. Murph gonna pull your pants down in front of everybody because Murph really do that shit. Look at that shit. Key up some more imagery. Look at that hand on that.
What is Job 26?
Look at this pump. Great Millstone is covered all corners. Slide. Look how white that bitch is. Hey, hold on, go back. The elder Uriah looked black as me next to this bitch. Look how mighty he look. Look at his shoulders. The white bitch just make your shoulders bigger. I'm talking about white bitch. Hey, I'm gonna call it possible elders of heart. And these are white women. Those ain't wigs. No, I'm not making eye contact. And this was that brother who that bitch, I bet you that bitch was black. This what that brother need to see, man. The black woman is through, bro. Eve and the serpent has brought evil into the earth, and it's the freest they ever been, man. You think this bitch only looking at you? Yo! Look at them legs. What the apostle say? Look at them legs. You telling me you don't want that, man?
Yeah, Esau losing, man.
Look, man, we work the white house. Look at my nigga. The hat with a whole different spirit on the nigga. Look at your wallet. Look at this nigga smile.
And they happy to be around y'all.
Absolutely.
They happy to be in the presence.
Shit going on.
They happy to be in the presence.
Come on,
that was perfect to bring that right behind this Edomite statement about how it drives them mad. But bring out those last.
This is Job 27. I'll start at 14. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep.
Yeah, so he's going to be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep. His women are literally turning on him the same way ours did on us.
That's right.
You look at like you said, you look at the war between the passport bros and the rest of the black women. All right, you know, and the same things happening in the so-called in the so-called Hispanic community as well. All right. Well, go ahead, bring out that last scripture.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 7.
She's so white. Look at that bitch.
It says, "And the Lord Yahweh thy God will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee."
Yeah, so all the curses on us from Deuteronomy 28:15 on down,
And through the rest of the scriptures.
on the rest scriptures is Lord's reversing it, putting it on you damn devils. And you're gonna get double in the kingdom, man.
Absolute.
Yeah, and you're gonna get double, man. So it's not a good time to you are witnessing the downfall of the Edomite Empire worldwide.
A whole era.
The Lord is getting ready to bring Esau against Esau. You know, the Russians and their constituents are gonna fight against America and basically Israel because the EU is falling apart, NATO is falling apart. They're gonna all turn on Babylon and destroy this place. All right, and that is something to clap about.
That's right.
So with that, we're gonna give all praise and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekakulah,
Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Secret character.